Hello everyone, am I audible? Can you guys hear me?
Yes.
Alright, so we'll be starting with today's session. Hello, good evening everyone. I'm Ikra Nawaz from Rabel Institute of Health Sciences. I'm serving as a local officer of research exchange at my local council and also working as a research investigation assistant in the national team. I'm truly honored to be your host for today's session. I welcome you all to the Grand TB Fest 2025 Story 101, which is part of the biggest annual online capacity building event of MSA Pakistan. Join us for these 2 days, inshallah. Join us for these 2 days, inshallah, for a powerhouse lineup of speakers, which is divided into two sessions. As of today, we'll have a one-on-one session, while tomorrow a topic based. So before we dive into today's learning, I have a little icebreaker for you all. I'll be sharing a PPT and we'll have a fun this or that session. I want you all to answer in the chat box. I open your mic and make this interactive. Can everyone see the slides?
Yes.
All right, so please drop your answer.
Is it clear now? All right. So can you all see the slides? Yes, we can see. All right. So please start dropping your answers in the chat box, or please open your mics to answer. Everyone seems to like labs better, but aren't labs boring? They're unnecessarily longer. You get bored. Can anyone voluntarily open their mic and explain why they prefer labs?
Actually, lectures are mostly boring because you don't really get interaction with anyone in it.
And labs are more dynamic. Like you can actually do something yourself rather than passively listening it.
Anyone else? All right, then it's labs for most of us. Which type of studying style do you guys prefer? Do you prefer writing it or typing it? I hope I'm not pronouncing your name wrong. Benin Kasmi, you chose typing. Can you please explain? Benin Kasmi. Aruf Fatma, I really agree with you. We have three for typing and all the rest of us, it's writing. I think writing is better, like, you get to learn it. Once I write anything down, those things I don't need to study it later on. How about this one? Which series do you guys prefer? Harry Potter or Lords of the Rings? I personally really like Harry Potter, but for me, the Elves Kingdom, Lord of the Ring, I'll choose it any day. Yeah, Hobbit's nice. Bisma Tahir, your reply is really, I agree with it 100%. So it's Harry Potter for mostly. How about this one? I'm with the savory. I I rarely get a sweet tooth. I don't crave sweets that much. It's savory any day. Seems like majority like sweets. For me, this is a tough one. Aisha Javed, why is it sunset? Definitely. I mean, sunset is beautiful, but like sunrise, the whole environment and the birds chirping, and if there's any water, lake anywhere, like the whole scenario setup is really beautiful. Hardly get to see any other after joining MBBS. That seems to be true. So Fiula, this seems to be a bit philosophical. Can you please explain your point of view? How do you wake up at 10 a.m., especially with 90% attendance? I think for this one, the Halima Ishtiaq hardly get to see any after joining MBBS. This one wins. There is no winner. This depends on your whether you're introverted or extroverted. For me, I'll choose stay in, but like if you have a good company, I don't mind going out and I'll probably enjoy, but still, I'll always choose staying in. Let's move on then. How about your music choices? And please let me know your favorite artist too. I have no idea about J-pop. I think J-pop is mostly, band music and rock music. And if we are talking about the girls group, etc., they're very like, cutesy concepts. Right for songs. Please, everyone, let me know your favorite artist, even if it's not K-pop or English pop, anyone. Yes, Coke Studio is the lead. Aruba of Tab, fellow Exile. Bismillah, it's okay if you don't choose any of it. Choose one artist from both K-pop and from English pop. Who in the 1900s, Aisha? Not knowing Bruno Mars in 2025, I feel like this year was his.
Honestly, I don't even know who this person is.
I mean, you actually do, or was this sarcasm?
No, I only have heard of him, but I don't know who Bruno Mars is.
I mean, wow. I know it's impossible not to know him. Die with a smile. He had like a lot of good songs this year.
Oh, he sang that song. I didn't know about that.
Yeah, and Apata Apata with Roise from Blackpink. It's quite trending even now. Like the new Baby Shark for kids.
Oh, I do know about the songs, but I didn't know that he sang those songs. That's
He's
interesting.
like, all right, so let's move on. Ah, that's it. All right, so thank you. I hope you enjoyed this session. So now we'll move on to the most awaited part of today. So let's welcome our distinguished guest. It gives me immense pleasure to welcome Mrs. Shlin Daliwal. We're honored to have you here.
Hello guys, am I audible?
Yes, you are.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much for the welcome, Ikra. It feels so nice to be addressing you guys. I see that no one has turned on their cameras. If you're comfortable, you can. If no one turns on their camera, even I wouldn't. But in case you decide to, please let me know. So, hi everyone, this is Ashleen Halwal, and I am served as a Nori GA, a local I have also served as a local contact person for our incomings, that is the foreigners that come to our local LCs. Then I've also served as a two-time session team member for SCORI sessions in the General Assemblies, IFMC General Assemblies. And I am a TNET and a TNRT trainer. TNET is basically related to exchanges, and TNRT is related to research trainings. They are Scopy and SCORI workshops that IFMSA offers in their pre-General Assembly meetings. So I think I'll be able to give you most of my knowledge today. So please allow me to share my slides. And in case anyone has any questions or anything related to the slides or any thought, anything that you would want to share, please feel free to mute yourself and speak. That's fine with me. Because I won't be able to see the chat box most of the times. So because I'm sharing my screen. And you can feel free to speak in Hindi, Urdu, Punjabi. I understand all those three languages as well. So ऐसी कोई बात नहीं है. And now we will start. I hope you enjoy today's session. Can someone please confirm if my screen is visible?
Yes, it's visible.
Yes, it is.
Okay, thank you so much. Okay, so welcome to the session SCORI 101. But today we kickstart the SCORI sessions for the CB Fest. That's my name, Ishlin Alwal, in case you did not know the spellings. And I'm a TNET, TNRT, AMOC, OCCB trainer. These are all workshops related to IFMSA. Like TNET is training new exchange trainers, TNRT is training new research trainers, AMOC is activity management online course, OCBB is related to capacity building workshops. You can also do them. The TNET and TNRT are physical workshops, as in you have to be on ground to get the trainings. And AMOC and OCBB are online workshops. You can enroll in them and get certified, be a certified trainer for them. So I would expect everyone to apply for more and more workshops because they do teach you a lot. Okay. So I do know that we already had an icebreaker, but still, if you were to relate to one of these cats, what do you feel like? What would you choose? From 1 to 9, what do you feel like the most? It's 9:30 almost 10 in India right now. So I feel a little maybe 7. What about you guys? What do you feel like? 6. Nice. My God. People are excited. 6, that's nice. 2, why? Are you people overwhelmed? No, this is a really, really nice topic. It's very
With
simple.
my resting face, I'll be 4.
Oh my God, even I have that face. That's the face we make in our lectures when you know you have to sit in front of the professor. You don't really understand, but you just have to be there for attendance. You sit there like, okay,
The
okay.
worst part is when the professor knows you and they keep on teaching you and you can't move an inch.
Yeah, the eye contact professor. There's always one professor in every department. They'll pick out one kid and make eye contact with the same person for the entire class, and you cannot even look down or something. That's the worst case, actually.
I think unfortunately I'm that kid and I don't enjoy it.
Oh God. It's never 3 for us in our classes. We are never this excited. Unless a holiday is declared, we are never number 3. Never for mid school. Anyone who wants to share their thoughts? Anyone? If you want to unmute yourself, you can speak. Mm-mm. Yeah, correct. The first bencher story. No, not even the first bencher, actually. You know, there are some teachers who start looking at the last bench and then they feel like teaching the last benches is their one only responsibility. And then the last benchers become toppers. Oh God. I still remember one of those professors. Mm, just give me a sec. I don't know. Is yeah. So, what does IFMSA mean to you? Why did you join MSA Pakistan? Or what does IFMSA mean to you? What do you want to do if you grow in IFMSA? Like, what do you know about IFMSA? What is that one factor that made you join MSA Pakistan or grow in IFMSA? Basically, IFMSA is a parent organization of MSA Pakistan. Like, we have many small organizations, like, we have MSAI India, MSA Pakistan, then we have BMS Bangladesh, and various other NMOs, that is national member organizations throughout the world. Then we have SIMSA Indonesia, we have Egypt, IFMSA Egypt, and these are the all the NMOs of IFMSA. What does IFMSA mean to you? Looking for answers now. Anyone, you could also write a single word. What does IFMSA mean to you? Why IFMSA? Why not maybe join a local club or join the student organization of your own college? Why IFMSA particularly? What made you join IFMSA? No one? You're exchange people, guys. You should answer. I mean, exchanges are the selling point of IFMSA.
For me, it was to get a platform, to get exposure, and make connections.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, correct. Collaborative spirit of IFMSC to know more people. Otherwise, how would we people be connecting? When will I address you guys? Or we would not even get to talk if it were not IFMSC, right? So that is the spirit of
Exactly.
IFMSC. Someone said large scale, larger exposure. Correct. You experience this exposure even more when you get to attend general assemblies like the ones that happen in foreign countries. The one that I attended was in Finland, and you get to see so many people from different cultures, and they're so different from us. and the way they think, the way their medical education works, and how their practical skills work. Just to grow more on a larger platform and get to learn as much as possible. Yeah, correct. To see what the other people are doing in different parts of the world as medical students. Correct. Because we are exchange people, right? We get to host foreign incomings, people who come to our colleges and stay there for 1 month. And then you share culture, you share your thought process, you get to know what do they think, how do they go about the same process. Like simple things such as hand washing protocols are also different from country to country. Like I remember an incident, we had a girl, an incoming from Poland, and in India, the protocol is a 5 minute hand washing routine. Like there are 5 steps, and you do it for 5 minutes. Nobody really does it for 5 minutes, but it's called a 5 step protocol. And in Poland, they wash hands for more than 10 minutes. The simple hand washing for surgical procedures is also for 10 minutes. I mean, that was something new that we learned via her. And these are small things that you get to learn. Then someone says, my seniors introduced this organization to my batch, and when I was in first year, I could not join and really sad about it. And then this year, I get a chance to be a part of it. Lovely. You're a Lori. That's really nice, Aisha. Uh, Even we have induction sessions in our colleges where our seniors tell us about the organization. What do you do? What opportunities do you get? It's so nice. And you feel really motivated. Yeah, learning from different people about different perspectives, correct? Then we have exactly that's point of life to pick lessons on every point of life from every source we get to encounter, correct? That's really nice. You get to learn from every session. That's the reason why we tend to have more and more speakers. You could have me as a speaker for 6 days, but that won't benefit you a lot. You have different speakers. Like we try to have as many speakers as possible so that we have different perspectives to the same topic. For example, if two teachers are teaching you the same topic, you would learn it differently because everyone has a different way of speaking, a different way of expressing, a different dialect also sometimes, and the way you teach is also different. That is why we have training workshops in IFMSA so that once you learn a topic, you're able to deliver the same topic to your juniors. And that's how capacity building works. That's why we all are here, so that we all learn about new things. And next year, you teach your juniors about it, or maybe your friends about it, and then you make them join MSA Pakistan. This is a true capacity building process. So, coming to the overview, IFMSA overview, I think you must have already gone through it in the Scopy slides, but we'll go through it quickly. So this is a non-governmental, non-profit organization. It was formed in Switzerland and it had 9 members initially, meaning 9 NMOs. Now we have 139 NMOs growing each year. And in each General Assembly, you can get voted on if you want to go there as an NMO, like MSA Pakistan was doing in Finland. I was there when the proposal was there, and we had our lovely supervising council member. She was there, Haram, and she was presenting the works done by MSA Pakistan. It was so lovely to see it. And then there was so many people clapping about it, so many people cheerful about it, that the impact that MSA Pakistan has had worldwide. Now, you obviously it has so many students connected to each other. This is a SCORI map because the official color of SCORI is dark blue, and the official symbol or icon, whatever you want to say it, is the owl because owl is connected to learning. Uh, I don't know if it is the same in India and Pakistan, but in India, we don't really consider owl as a very knowledgeable animal because it has never seen the sun. But in Western culture, it is considered so. So, owl is the symbol for SCORI, and SCORI is related to research, one of the most difficult topics in IFMSA. So, as you can see, most of the map is blue, meaning these are the countries that you can go to on a SCORI exchange. These are the 6 standing committees: SCOPI, SCORI, SCOMI, SCORA, SCOF, and SCORC. The 2 exchange committees are SCOPI and SCORI. meaning we sign contracts, unilateral or bilateral. Unilateral meaning only one student will go to the other country, and bilateral meaning both the countries will have an exchange of students. SCORI also has trilateral exchanges coming from this year, meaning that three countries sign the contract and there is a exchange between three countries that is done in case a country is unable to host one of the students. You can read more about it in the bylaws. I'll send you the link, but trilateral exchanges do exist in SCORI. Then we also have gap exchanges. They are related to SCORI and SCOF. Gap exchanges are like SPM that we have in our MBBS curriculum. It is social and preventive medicine exchanges basically. So in those exchanges, you have field work, lab work, and research work. So they are, we call them gap exchanges. They are global action plan exchanges. They have a different contract and there's a different fair starting this year. Like we have an exchange fair in all general meetings. We also have a gap exchanges fair starting this year. So that is about gap exchanges. Then we have different camps that we'll discuss in the next slide. So initially, SCORI was started as CSCOEE. The double E stands for elective exchanges. Then in 1998, we changed it to research exchanges. These are the active NMOs. Unfortunately, India is not active right now, but the map is an older version. Like this is the map that we are given by FMSA, but India is not active right now. MSA-Pakistan is, I think so, but they've not colored it because the IT has a lot of work to do. And then we have the SCORI overview. This is the mission. The basically you can go through it. It is nothing but words like what does SCORI stand for. SCORI is differentiated from SCOPI on the basis of research, as in SCOPI exchanges, you go to the department as clinical postings. Like we all have clinical postings in our MBBS, right? So SCOPI is more like that. SCORI is you go to the lab. Like we had an icebreaker and Ikra was asking you guys, what do you prefer more? And most of the people said we prefer going to labs. So SCORI is more about labs. Like what do you get to do there? Like you could do DNA analysis, you could do different types of chromatography techniques or whatever it is. And you also get to be a part of the research study, as in your name is also mentioned as one of the author if the tutor agrees. Tutor is the teacher of that college or the professor that is heading that research project. So this is the main benefit of SCORI exchanges, that we get to have a research project or our name in a foreign country, and you also get to have a recommendation letter if you guys are interested in USMLE or PLAB. So recommendation letters do work, and if you go on a SCORI exchange, you do get a recommendation letter. So that is a plus point of having to go on a SCORI exchange. Then this is a SCORI overview. Again, the same things. Like now this highlights the basic pillars of SCORI. SCORI has 5 pillars. So one of the pillars is academic quality, and then there's collaboration and partnership. We will be talking about academic quality. But before that, I want to know, do you know what academic quality means? Uh, in a word, or maybe what is academic quality? Academic quality. I think you guys must have been taught this in Scopy 101, what academic quality is and how do we go about it. I can explain you. I'll explain you in Urdu. My Urdu is not that good. My Urdu is only limited to seeing Pakistani serials. That's where I learn my Urdu from. But I'll try to explain it to you. If you want to give it a shot, anyone. There is no right or wrong answers. You can just give it a try. What does academic quality mean in terms of exchanges? And then I'll explain it to you if no one answers. You can unmute yourself and speak also. No one? It's a very, very important concept. Academic quality is like the base. Academic quality is like anatomy for exchanges. You need to learn about it if you want to go ahead in exchanges. Yeah, student
So I
learning
believe
outcomes.
your question.
Yeah, the question is, what do you mean by academic quality?
Academic quality is probably in which kind of journal we can publish our article. Like it follows the guidelines of the journal, and whether it's um, appropriate and
Mhm.
fulfilling the criteria for a good article.
Yeah, correct. Like for the research purpose or in say research perspective, that definition is right. But for IFMSA, we have like Halima just said, I'm so sorry dear if I'm pronouncing your name wrong, but she wrote that it's student learning outcomes. That's one of the pillars of academic quality. We have steps in academic quality, and they are basically a timeline that we follow in our exchanges so that we have a better outcome every year, so that we learn from a previous year. For example, if you hosted an incoming last year, so what do you get to learn from that? Like, how do you improve your exchanges? How do you improve the image of your NMO, in your case, MSA Pakistan, so that you have more and more contracts and you get to go on more and more exchanges? That's why academic quality is important. But wait for the slide to come and I'll tell you. So this is Korean numbers. We are since 1991. So many projects have been accepted, 259. Every year we have new projects meaning the research projects that you get to select. Once you're selected to go on an exchange, you get to select the country that you want to go and the LC that you want to go. As in, say, if you get an exchange in Pakistan, where do you want to go? You want to go to Lahore? Do you want to go to Rawalpindi? Where do you want to go? Do you want to go to Islamabad? Whatever. And you can choose it according to your choice. So that is one of the biggest benefits of having Scori exchange over Scopy exchange. Then we have active NMOs, 79 active NMOs, and this list is revised in August meeting and March meeting. They are IFM's General Assemblies, and we have a Scori plenary there. Scori plenary is basically a meeting where all countries vote upon decisions. So there you decide the number of active NMOs if they fulfill all the criteria. And you also have to revise the projects. Like, I think after every 3 years, you have to revise the project and tell the international team that this project is still functioning, because all of us know research can only go on up to a certain limit, right? You cannot have a research project going on for 10 years and that being in the database for 10 years. That's not possible. So you have to revise it so that the old projects can be removed and new can be put in. Who makes Scori happen? Like, what is the basic infrastructure for Scopy? Now, coming to academic quality, a very, very important part. Academic quality basically means how are we different from a travel agency? जैसे हम बाहर घूमने जाते हैं तो हाउ आर वी डिफरेंट फ्रॉम अ ट्रैवल एजेंसी की सब लोग इसको एक वो ना समझ लें कि जी हम दूसरे मतलब कंट्री में जा रहे हैं, घूम के आएंगे, 1 महीना लगा के आएंगे और वापस आ जाएंगे, बिकॉज दैट विल बी वेरी डिफिकल्ट टू एक्सप्लेन टू योर प्रोफेसर्स. दे विल नॉट गिव यू अटेंडेंस इफ यू विल go and just say that okay, I am selected for an exchange, I'll go to another country for 1 month and come back and then you please offer me attendance. That won't happen. So in order for that to happen, you will have to prove them कि नहीं हम वहाँ पे पढ़ के भी आए हैं, हमने वहाँ पे कुछ सीखा, we were supervised. So this is where academic quality comes into play, and it differentiates us from a travel agency, that we just don't go there to have fun and all. We do have fun, we have lots of fun, but we also study there, learn new things. So that is what academic quality is. There are 9 steps. Each step could be taken as a separate session, because this is the base, this is the backbone of exchanges. If you do not know academic quality, you do not know anything about exchanges. It's extensive, but it's okay, we'll walk through it together. So this is the 9 steps of academic quality. Like, once you become an active NMO, we go through all these 9 steps of academic quality. Preparing the ground means selection of local officers, national team, the national assess, like the GAs, the DAs, the PRC assistants for national board, like you have for your organizing team in your CB Fest, right? You select the people. So preparing the ground on ground, because exchanges happen on a local level. Even if you have a good national team and you do not have a local team, the exchanges will cripple down. So you need to have a good local team, people who are already trained in exchanges. So this is what preparing the ground means. Outgoing selection. Outgoing are the people who go on exchanges. For example, people from Pakistan want to go to um, maybe UK. So they will be the outgoings for Pakistan. So that will be outgoing selection. How do you do it? Most of the countries have a selection form. They have an interview call, interview to judge your English speaking skills, interview your aptitude, like are you good with communication skills? Like they have a proper interview for that. And then you could also have a form like India does, wherein we have points for how many activities you have organized, how many initiatives were you a part of. Maybe you have an excellency award in one of your subjects in MBBS. Like all those things matter, and then we add up the points and select people. Like you usually award the people who have worked hard for your organization, right? People who have tried to make the organization shine on a global level. Those people are selected for going on an exchange. Then we have the PET or PDT. PET is a term that is no longer used. It is pre-departure training now. And this is a training which is given to outgoings. Basically, it is like a session that we are having right now. It can be an online session or it can be an offline session. In our countries, it is usually an online session, but in countries that are small, for example, European nations, they are very small and they do not have that many colleges. They only have 4 or 5 colleges in their country. So they have one session in the capital maybe, so that they can train them on ground, because on ground trainings are definitely better. You get to have games and you get to interact with each other, you get to connect with each other. So in pre-departure training, we basically tell them about the cultural shocks that they can face. For example, in their countries, they do not have a warm breakfast. They have a different protocol that they follow in their colleges. A very common thing is that they do not refer their teachers as sir or ma'am, like we have in our colleges, right? Just a second, guys. Do you have any questions until now, guys? Anything that you would want to ask or any opinion or something? I don't see any, so I think we'll continue. So you have the PET or PDT. That is, we tell them about the things that they would face in that country, cultural shocks or normal things like safety manuals or the laws of the nation, different things, so that they are well prepared to go to the other country. Then we have incoming attribution. This is selection of the incoming students that you have in your own country. So the other country's NORI, in this case, the NORI of UK will be contacting you, telling you that, okay, this person has been selected from our side to come to your country. Where do you want to uh, allocate this person to? And then you will tell about, okay, we have certain research projects going on. Then the person can select one of those projects. That is allotting your incoming to a college. That is incoming attribution. Then we have the upon arrival training. This is for the incoming itself. As in, when the student arrives in your country, what do you do with that student? You tell that student about your local currency, the means of transportation, food. For example, in most of our Southeast Asian countries, we do not allow our students to have the incomings to have water from the tap. We suggest them that you have bottled water and bottled water only. Even brush your teeth with bottled water, because otherwise you will fall sick. Then you have educational activities, the activities that you do. Maybe you could teach them suturing skills if they are on a Scopy exchange. In research exchange, we tell them about the different citation styles, or you could tell them about the different type of research studies. If they're into chromatography, you could teach them about chromatography. Educational activity could also be a class, like the normal class that we have in our colleges. So that could be an educational activity as well. Then we have quality assessment. Quality assessment is having a feedback from our student and our tutor, the teacher, as in what feedback do they have for the exchange. So we have a logbook. It is like a book that you fill in when you come on an exchange. Your teacher marks it there, and the student also signs there. They write it, like today, for example, I saw the surgery for inguinal hernia. Then the student writes it, the tutor signs it, and then the resident also signs it. So basically, it is a record which is maintained so that whenever the student goes back to their own country, they have a proof of all the things that they have done in this country. Then we have scientific outcomes. Scientific outcomes is what did you present on your last day? In terms of Scori, it's what did you present in your last day? Like, what did you do? Did you have a poster presentation? Did you publish your research? What did you do? Did you present an abstract? What did you do? Like, it is one of the criteria for getting a Scori exchange certificate, that you need to present something. And then we have impact assessment. Whenever a student has completed the exchange on the last day, we ask a student to fill a feedback form to give us a feedback on how did our local LC serve them, as in was the food up to the mark, was their accommodation up to mark, did they feel welcomed, was their contact person allotment right, like all these things, so that we can improve ourselves in the coming years. That is why we have impact assessment. And this is the structure. Like at the ground level, we have our incomings and outgoings, people that go and come on to our local countries. Then we have LORIs, the local exchange teams, and contact person. For every incoming, you have one contact person, like this is their best friend, and this person will have a man-to-man marking to that person throughout the exchange. Then we have the NORIs and the national team. NORIs being the national officers, incoming and outgoing. Most countries have two. And the national team, meaning a PRC assist, a general assist, a database assist. You could also have a research activity assist. Every country has their own rules, and accordingly, they have their national team. And then we have the Korean international team. So we went through, consists of Scori director and as and was LLE for good enough to be a part of Scori Exchange, because sometimes people put things also there as a Scori Exchange. They're known as the it is Scori exchanges, and that then they're not meant to be there, right? So the supervising board takes care of that. Supervising board also works under the school director. Then we have the general assist. We also have a developmental assist now. Then we have the external affairs assistant, the capacity building assistant, and the ADA. So we went through this unilateral and bilateral. Unilateral is one person going to the other country. Bilateral is both the countries exchanging. Okay, so this is important. Do you have any questions until now, guys? Yeah, so sorry, I just saw the chat box right now. So I'll read. I think so nowadays the research lab work does matter. If you, yeah, correct. If you want to go for USMLE or match, they do ask for research projects, and minimum, I mean, they usually ask for 2 to 3 research works or projects or recommendation letters. It is important basically. Sometimes if you want to go like for internal medicine in US, it's about 4 research projects. If you want to go for other branches like ortho or something, then it's even more. It's like 25 research projects on an undergraduate level. That's not what we have in our medical education system as such now. But in Western cultures, they do have a lot of research as a part of the curriculum. Then can you please explain the eligibility criteria? Eligibility criteria to what, dear? To exchanges. So yeah, okay. I think there's a little confusion. Yeah, can you please, Halima, can you please tell me eligibility criteria to what? For selection?
Yeah, to the selection of this research, like exchange.
Okay, selection to the research exchange. So that is basically a national level thing. Your own country decides it. So it could be anything. It could be you could have a form and you fill the form. Like we have forms for many things. So you could have a high grade in a particular subject. You could have distinction in anatomy, say, or you could have a research project on that, and you get marks for it, like points for it. And then in the end, we all add the points. Are different for different countries. Maybe if they also add the activities that you do, the local level activities that you do, they also take that in consideration. Then they also have how many meetings have you been a part of, like the IFMSA meetings. Did you attend them physically? How many trainings did you do? How many sessions did you deliver, like as a trainer, like I am delivering right now? So even those matter. So all those points add up, and then the person who has the highest marks gets their first preference. It's similar to we have our medical selection in India like that only, that the highest marks person gets the first college. So it's very similar to that. Uh, okay. No worries here. Wanted to know how can we apply for such exchange program, to whom to contact, and is any specific month in such program announced, like release. So these exchanges are on a national level. So I think the best person to contact will be your local officer first for local officer of research exchanges, and then maybe the national officer for research exchange. So they can tell you more about the countries that you have. So regarding the country selection, each country signs contracts in the exchange fairs that happen in general meetings in March and August. So the contracts that you sign, for example, Pakistan signs contracts with 15 countries. So you can go to those 15 countries and people from those 15 countries will come to you in case it's a bilateral. In case you have a unilateral, meaning only you want to go and there is no one coming from the other side, you can go to any country provided your country has a contract. So it matters if your country has a contract or no. So if you have a contract, then you can go to any country. And most of the countries are open throughout the year. Like you can choose whatever you month you want to go to, but you can have it in any month. Like Italy has some specific months they do not host in June, July. That is because they have weddings in those months, and they don't feel like hosting people because it's a lot of burden on their colleges, and they do not want to spoil the fun. They do not host in those months. Otherwise, it's almost all the year around. There is nothing like कि कोई specific month हो. तो it is not announced, like, oh, if you're asking when is it announced, usually people announce it after August meeting because that is when we sign exchanges. So most of the contracts are available after August meeting. I think you should contact your Nori after August and they will be able to tell you how many contracts do we have. Yeah. Oh my God, 24 researches. People in India, honestly, people pay to get their researches published. Then the academic quality also matters. I mean, the number of researchers don't, but the experience does, right? What is the point of having so many researchers if at the end of the day you do not know what you're doing? People do have a lot of research work. Even in India, it's the same. So these are the research projects that we have for SCORY. Like these are the type of SCORY projects. Basic lab work, meaning here you don't attend classes, you only and only do lab work. you get to know about this once you select the project. Like once you're selected for the exchange, you want to go on the exchange, and then you go on the exchange page of that country. Or also, we have explore pages. You can search it on Google. We have explore pages for all countries that are a part of IFMSA. There you can see what research projects do they offer. I'll also send you a link, and then you can check it out. And that is where you get to see कि वो क्या offer कर रहे हैं. मतलब what out of these four, like the first three are a part of the contract, the fourth has a different contract. So then you have clinical research as in the session plus the lab work. Then we have clinical research as in you get to interview the people. As international rules apply on all these exchanges, most of the countries do not allow you to touch their nationals. As in, you cannot touch them. You can interview them, you can take history, but you cannot touch them. Like you cannot insert an IV catheter or something like that. No invasive procedures allowed. So if it is that sort of exchange, it's a very, very like a meaningful exchange, but these exchanges are quite rare. Then you have the golden road. Like this is after you get selected, and this is the protocol that is followed. Like the first document that you send to IFMSA would be the application form with all your details, like your NMO, what have you done, and all the information that you ask from. Okay. Then you have the card of document. Card of document is like a birth certificate sort of system where you have your name, your father's name, your date of birth. It's just a one-page document of the basic details. Then we have a card of acceptance. There's also a card of confirmation. Card of confirmation is given 1 month before you want to go to that country. For example, if you want to go to that country in May, you will get the card of confirmation 1 month prior to it. That is in April. And you would use that card to get visa because you get invitation letters in IFMSA. These invitation letters are used to get a visa in like because we have a longer duration visa, like we need to have 28 days visa because all exchanges, choreoscopy exchanges are for 28 days, 4 weeks. And you need to have a 28-day visa, you need to have a longer visa, and for that invitation letter is required. Once you letter, the things become easier, you get visa easier. So that is why CC is important. And card of acceptance is basically a confirmation from their side that okay, your LC still has a seat and you are invited to come there. And before you come there, they allot you a contact person, a local student from that college, that will take care of you, maybe show you around the college, escort you on the first day around the college. And then you will have upon arrival training when you reach there. Like wahan jaake they'll give you a session, proper session ke what is the currency, what is the transport route, where do you get your food, how do you go to the gym, all those things. And then on the end of the exchange, you get a certificate, a score certificate stating that you completed your exchange. So this is communication guidelines. They are very important in exchanges. Why? Because once you breach them, the trust breaks, and usually people tend to follow this. This is very important to follow. Otherwise, it creates confusion because two Noris should be talking to each other, and you as a incoming or a local officer should be talking to your Nori. Like you as a local officer cannot talk to the Nori of some other country because that will create confusion. This is why the guideline exists. But in case there is an emergency, definitely you can contact anyone that you want to. So if you see here, there are two things before receiving the CA, that is card of acceptance, and after receiving CA. Once you receive your CA, the CP comes into play. That is the contact person, and your life becomes so much easier because the contact person can tell you everything from your visa to your currency to where you're staying. Sometimes you also stay at the house of the contact person. In some countries, in Spain, they have this thing, and even in Italy, that you stay at the house of the incoming. So you get to know about the family, and if you want to take some gifts for them or something. Then we have SCORI opportunities. Where can you learn about SCORIs? Like I've mentioned many times now, General Assemblies, the March General Assembly and the August General Assemblies. And then we have regional meetings. So IFMSA has 5 regions, the same WHO regions that we have: Middle East, Americas, Europe, Southeast Asia, Western Pacific, and Africas, right? So these regions have their own meetings. For Asia Pacific, like for India, Pakistan, Bangladesh, and all countries like Indonesia, China, Taiwan, Vietnam, all these countries, we come under Asia Pacific. So we have an Asia Pacific meeting. This year, the Asia Pacific meeting is happening in Japan. So if you want to apply, you can apply. You learn about SCORE even there. You have a special session there, like you have sessions for 5 days, and you can go to the SCORE sessions for 5 days. It is a very nice opportunity if you want to go. Then we have online sessions. Sometimes the general assemblies or even regional meetings offer online seats. They are limited to two per standing committee. That is 2 seats for SCORE, meaning 2 people from your NMO can go for those. So that is also a beneficial thing. You should attend it because you get to learn about perspectives and you get to learn about SCORE. Then you also have NORI training camps. As you can see here, NORI training camps are for the newly appointed NORIs, for because we change NORIs every year, right? And the NORIs need to know everything. So the international team has special training camps for NORIs. These are online camps that you can attend and learn more about SCORE so that you take your NMO to new heights. So this is what they teach in NORI training camps. These are usually on the regional basis, like you can see the European training camp, the EMR NORI. EMR is Eastern, Middle Eastern NORI training camps. Then you have the SCORE opportunities for exchanges. Definitely each year, March meeting, August meeting, we have an exchange fair. In exchange fair, you tell them about what do we do in our country. Like you have a booth in colleges, right? Like, oh, come join MSA-Pakistan. That is what we do in exchange fair. That, oh, please come to our country on exchanges. And you sign contracts. You make them taste food of your country. You give them some gifts, like something which is very particular to Pakistan, a special thing from Pakistan. They really like the small things that we have, like bhujia or something, like special chips. They like spicy things. So anything that you can give from your country, special thing, that is an exchange fair. Then we have research fair. Research fair is where you can, it is like a normal research synopsium where you show your research. You can show your abstract, and then the team of judges will come judge it. And if you win it, you get a prize on the stage. That's very similar to what we have in our colleges, right? This is the IFMSA meeting. In August, I was there as a part of SCORE sessions team. So you can see all these are the NMOs, the countries that are SCORE active, that take part in SCORE. And you can see our director sitting in the middle, Raju, and then we have Buddha. He will also take a session tomorrow. He's from Egypt. And yeah, this is after exchange fair. After we were done with exchange fair, we clicked the picture. There are so many people. So imagine the time and the efforts that were required to do this exchange fair. Then more capacity building. I know it's a lot, but I promise you these are the last slides. Then you have TNET, TNRT, Ready, and PRET. These are the workshops that we have for SCORE. TNET is the highest form of exchange training for SCOPE and SCORE. Like if you were to ask me, अगर एक ही करना है मैंने तो कौन सा करूँ? You should do TNET. If you're into research and you want to learn more about research, you should go for TNRT. Now you would ask me, how is Ready and Research Camp different? Research Camp is more related to learning about research. It is not more of a training. Like you do not get to learn about being a trainer. Being a trainer meaning how to take feedback, how to break the ice, how to have communication with your guests or students. That is what you do in TNRT. Anything that has 2T makes you a trainer. Anything that has 1T makes you a facilitator. So being a trainer is always better. And because you come into the trainer's pool for IFMSA then. So I would prefer if you do TNET or TNRT, then definitely we have Ready and Research Camp. Ready is more of a advocacy thing, like how do you do external advocacy? And then PRET is on regional level. That one that I mentioned in Japan will have PRET. So it is a mini TNET and they teach both about SCORE and SCOPE. This is also something that you can do. Yeah, this is same. the different activities that we have in the school, mainly being open science, ARRE, open access week, the STG week. These are the things that you see on Instagram or Facebook or even your email servers, the Scori server. That is something that you can subscribe to. And you get to know about the different things that are happening in the Scori international team. These are the various short forms that we use in IFMSA. You can go through it. I will also share the slides. And in case you have any doubts, you can ask me. I think we have gone through most of them. EF is evaluation form on the right side, third from right. It's evaluation form. RC is a revised change proposals. This is something that is related to General Assembly. It is advanced concept. It's okay if you do not know this. Then thank you. And I would love to have feedback in case anyone has any doubts or something that you would want to say. We can also connect on Instagram if you want to. Now the floor is open. If you want to ask anything related to today's topic, you can.
Thank you so much, Ashleen, for such an insightful and interactive session. I really enjoyed it. Now, anyone, if you have any question, you're free to drop them in the chat box or open your mic and ask them.
Yes, sure, dear. Anyone, literally anything. It can be a very small doubt. It could be a big doubt. I don't care. I mean, we are sitting here on a Sunday night, so definitely it is important. Or everyone has classes tomorrow. And everyone wants to sleep now. Okay, everyone is so kind. I like interactive session. You should attend more sessions, like you get to know about other countries, and it's nice to interact with other people. I will also share the bylaws, Scori bylaws, and the other documents that I have regarding Scori. Maybe then we can put it in the group. Not sure about Scori, like the recording available, but I think it would be available. Yes, please. And so you can ask any question about IFMSA. I'll answer it if I know about the answer. Any question. I served as a Nori, that's why I took the Scori session. I can take Scori sessions as well. Oh, it's live streamed. Okay, which Pakistani drama has been my favorite? I was watching Tere Bin serial on YouTube. People don't really like it, but okay, like that was good. Or now currently, I don't know the serial name, but it has that Mujis and characters name. I watch those serials. I have mostly watched all the serials. I do not know the name. That's the problem. I know the actors like Hania Ahmed, Ali Raza. Um, I know all the actors. Okay, you're late and most of the things bounced. Oh my God, I'm so sorry. It's okay, you can ask me anything that you want to. It's a small topic. I can explain it again, not a problem. Or you can text me on WhatsApp or Instagram and we can discuss it, not a problem. Or you can unmute yourself and speak. It's okay. I don't think we have that many people. It's only 17 of us, including me. So 16. You can ask if you want to, even now or later. Or we have a session tomorrow and we have two other people we have one from Egypt and we have one from Indonesia. You can ask in those sessions as well. They are longer sessions. So whatever you prefer, dear. Oh, how to wait a minute. So I'll put my Instagram ID here. My God, I'm operating my iPad after such a long time. It's this. You can text me here, or I think Haram can provide you with my phone number. That's also fine with me. You can text me on WhatsApp also. I'll answer to the best of my knowledge. I think we do not have any more questions. Thank you.
If anyone have any question, please go ahead because we have to do the picture session.
Oh, yeah. Any questions, anything related to IFMSA? You think you do not know anything, but that's okay. That's how everyone starts. When I started, I literally knew nothing. You guys know more than I do. So it's okay. Everyone learns slowly and slowly, baby steps. It's okay. It's okay to ask. Everyone around IFMSA is very sweet. They're sweeter than they are in real life, actually. Everyone is sweet. No one judges you based on the questions you ask. I think we should take the picture. People want to sleep now. They have college tomorrow. I think Ikra, we should take the picture.
Everyone, please turn on your cameras.
In IFMSA, we have a thing that we mark attendance according to these. If you do not turn on the camera, we do not. Oh, everyone looks so pretty. Okay, me, oh my God, I look, it's 10 in India right now. People are sleeping. That's why no one turns on their camera. Who was clicking the picture? Is anyone turning on the camera? Otherwise, we can click the picture maybe. I think we can go ahead with taking the picture. No one else wants to turn it on.
Kindly turn on your cameras, everyone.
I feel like a teacher, instructing everyone to turn on the cameras. Sometimes people don't want to because they're in their home, in their comfort zone.
Sometimes takes time
Hi.
to set up, you know.
Some people did turn on cameras, okay.
As you all are looking very handsome, very pretty, very beautiful. It's like a memory. You should all like put on your cameras.
It's okay. We're not going to tag you guys, even if you post the picture. It's okay. No one's going to know who is who. You're just taking it for memories. Oh God. I think the other people are sleeping. None of them is going to turn on cameras. They're already sleeping.
All right, everyone. This will be all for today. Thank you so much for joining. I hope you all had a good time and took away something valuable from this session. Also, thank you so much once again on behalf of our team, Ishleen. We'll see you all tomorrow.
See you guys. Bye.
Bye.
अस्सलाम वालेकुम गाइस, लाइव पॉज करें जो भी है।